and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here to teach the word of the Most High in sincerity and truth. We want to first give double honor to the apostles and elders and say salutations to you brothers out there that's pushing this word in sincerity and truth. The Most High got this, he got his men coming out on the highways and byways, on the street corners, to break down the prophecies according to the scriptures, to break down the Bible to you the correct way. Because what the pastors have done, he have lied to you according to the scriptures. He have broken down the Bible the correct way. So the Lord got his men out here in the last days to bring out the prophecies that's foretold to happen to the earth before they happen. And that's what you see going on. That's why the Spirit is on these men around the four corners of the earth to come out and preach the word and to break it down the correct way according to the scriptures.
This is Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read.
It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. And we know the book of the Lord is talking about the Bible. And it said, and read. The scriptures tell you to study to show yourself approved. The Bible tells you to seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. You got to study to show yourself approved.
No one of these shall fail.
It says, not one of these shall fail. Because the prophecies that the Lord foretold to happen in the ancient days, that he said none of those shall fail. He said his word should not come back to return unto him void. So that means everything that the Lord said was going to happen, it was going to happen in its proper time. And now we're coming into the time that the last prophecies were supposed to be coming to pass.
Right. None shall want her mate.
Come.
Right, and what's that none shall want her mate, man? Don't no book compare to the Bible, man. Ain't no book going into the prophecies but the Holy Bible, man. Don't no book speak about the mark of the beast, which is the marker, which is the microchip that they trying to implement right now, man. The Bible is the only book that talk about Babylon the Great being destroyed, man. Prophesy about you so-called white people going into slavery, man. Don't no other book cover prophecies like that, man. Don't the Holy Quran, the Book of the Dead, man. None of these so-called books that's supposed to be relevant, man. So none should want her mate. For my mouth it have commanded, and his spirit it have gathered them.
John, it said his mouth have commanded, and his spirit have gathered them. And we've been gathered by the Spirit of the Lord. We're coming out here to preach this word. This ain't nothing we did on our own accord. The Lord set this up. He organized this. He already ordained the men to come out here to do this from the foundation of the world.
He have cast the lot for them, and his hand have divided it unto them by land.
Son, it said he have cast a lot to them. So we all got our different positions, our different our different jobs that we gotta do, our different lots. The Lord already, he put us in our certain lots, so we doing our prospective job that the Lord has, ordained us to do. You got some men that come out and teach the word. You got some men that has other jobs that benefit to the whole body. The body of Yahweh Shah, who you even call Jesus Christ, is a so-called dark-skinned man. He is a dark-skinned man with woolly hair. So we all got our jobs that's going to benefit the body, benefit the church.
They shall possess it forever. From generation to generation, they dwell therein.
And we're going to possess the kingdom forever and ever. That's what we fighting for. That's what the Lord is. That's the promise that the Lord is going to give us, the kingdom.
Right.
That's what we seeking. Go ahead.
And what else we possess forever and ever, man? The lots that we in, man. This knowledge, man. So no matter what incarnation. what incarnation we come in, man. If you was a part of the elect, you gonna possess this knowledge. You know, it's divided to us by land, and from generation to generation, cause the spirit will come back to the every third or fourth generation. Get that off. Get that Exodus 2. Make it around verse 4. Alright, this is Revelation, chapter 1, verse 2. Who bear record of the word of Yahweh and of the testimony? Right, who bear record of his word, man? Our people, man. Our people bear record of the word, man. That's why you had King James now. That's why you had, and the men before King James, always coming and getting this, gathering the scrolls together and trying to get the correct translation, man. Go ahead.
You had the prophets as well. Who bear record of the word of Yahweh?
Who bear record of the word? So the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. We bear record of the word, man. Go ahead. We the only one understand this book. That's why the Lord got us out here today breaking down the prophecies of this book, man. Breaking down the mysteries of the kingdom. Breaking down the ancient and the secret knowledge, man. And only that's why the Lord, what he tell the disciples, blessed are your eyes that you see and your ears that you hear, man. Because it wasn't even given to the whole nation of Israel, man. That's why the Lord said he divided to them by land and by lot, and they should possess it from generation. They should possess it forever from generation to generation, man. So the keepers of the knowledge, which are the elect men, that 144,000, they gonna possess they portion of that knowledge from generation to generation, and they all gonna put it together, man. Which is gonna make up the kingdom, man. Go ahead.
I got a precept. This is Psalms 147.
That's why the Lord told it, Salaki. That's why the Lord told the disciples, the kingdom of heaven is within you. He said, you're not gonna see the kingdom come with observation, man. The kingdom is within us, man. So we got to bring it out of us, man. We're just gonna manifest until we're gonna get a physical kingdom, man. But just like when the Lord said, let there be light, that all started from the spirit of him speaking it, man. So we got to speak all this into existence. Go ahead.
Also, to piggyback on that, you know, the world is looking for a physical observation. But, you know, Yahweh said basically what you said, you know, the kingdom is within us. So it has to come out.
Which we is the physical observation of the kingdom, man. Because we make up the kingdom, man.
The place is nothing without its people. Just like Israel was a people before it was a place.
That's why we're the temple of the Most High. All right, this is Psalms 147, and this is a piggyback on what he said about the word was only given to his people. He showed his word unto Jacob. Right. You know, Jacob was Israel. You know, Jacob's name was changed from Jacob to Israel. So that's who it's talking to. It said his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. That's all of his kids. He had not dealt with any nation as his judgments. They have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh. Right. So nobody else knew his judgments but Yahshua. That's the only people he have dealt with. Going back to Amos chapter 3, verse 2, you know, Israel and Judah, the only family he have dealt with. You go ahead, right?
Go ahead.
No, that was it on that.
No, I'm talking about what you was reading in Revelation.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna go back to that.
All right, this is Revelations 1 and 2. Who bear record of the word of Yahweh and of the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
And of all things that he saw.
Of all things that he saw, go ahead.
Blessed is he that readeth.
Blessed is he that readeth, man. But it's all about seek ye out of the book of the Lord, man. And you can get into other books, man, which got some truth to it, but don't no book go into the prophecies like this Bible, man. Now we get other books that go into history and prove that and show you just how accurate the Bible is, man. You know, because there's been other books written that like you have all of the ancient civilizations took account of the flood. You know, they always had a flood in their documents, man. You know, but where did that come from? Where did you hear about the flood from? Where did that emphasis come from? The Holy Bible, man. And you'll have people to say, well, this book was written before that. Nah, they just took everybody, that the flood affected everybody. So all they historians wrote about that, you know, and that's why it's still in their history today, man. Don't no book, just like I said, what proved this book outdo every other book and outlast every other book. This book, this the only book today that's dealing with what's going on right now. Dealing with who the true Israelites are, man. Dealing with who the wicked is showing you who all the other nations are today also, man. This the only book that can break that down right now, man. No other book break down who the so-called white man is, man. Who he is by nationality. Who the so-called Japanese is. Who the so-called Chinese is, man. This the only book that's doing that, man. Go ahead, huh? Oh, go ahead. Make the point, huh? Come. And guess what, man? The so-called Hispanics and the Latinos, they are people, man. They the chosen people of the Lord too, man. You know, everybody who the so-called white man consider a minority, man, we the chosen people of the Lord, man.
That's right.
That's why they hate us. That's why they can't stand us, man. But now we basically, man, we restoring that spirit within our people, man, because our kingdom coming, man. So if you're a so-called Latino, Hispanic, a Native American Indian, a so-called Negro, man, just, hey, like the Lord say, suffer patiently the wrath that is coming upon you, man. The Lord finna pay the so-called white man back for everything he done to us, man, and everything he started doing to us, man.
That's right.
That's why America finna get destroyed, man. Thus saith the Holy Bible.
That's right.
Go ahead. Right, see, we restore that hope to our people, man. Because like Ezekiel 37 say, all the other nations said they're dried up and their hope is lost, man. So that's what we out here to do. We out here to put that spirit upon our people, because like we just read earlier, it's the spirit that's going to gather them, man. Just like it's the spirit that gathered us. Shalom, Mop. Shalom. Go ahead.
All right, we at Revelations, chapter 1, verse 3.
And word shalom is peace, man. That's why you always hear Jake, what they used to say, peace. Peace, that's how we used to greet each other, man. Which the Hebrew way of saying that is shalom. Go ahead.
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the word of this prophecy.
And they that hear the words of this prophecy, go ahead.
And keep those things which are written therein.
Keep those things which are written therein.
For the time is at hand.
For the time is at hand, man. So this is why you see the pestilence breaking out, man. This is why you see America is divided, man. You know? Go ahead, huh? This is.
Yeah, that was the best shit.
Go ahead, huh? Put your hands up.
You want the exit still?
Yeah. I just going to right what you said. Basically, they keep those words that are written therein. Go ahead. You can start where you want to on there, too.
This is Exodus chapter 20. I'm going to start at verse 2.
See, and this is how you break the Bible down, man. You can't read the Bible like you get a regular novel and read from chapter 1 in the beginning of the book all the way through the book, and it's in sequential order, it's in chronological order. No, man. This is a puzzle you have to put together, man. You have to go get the pieces of the puzzle. When this scripture say this, you might have to go way to the end of the book and get that and put that piece of the puzzle together, man. But the Lord wrote it like this, so you know, like he said, he knew we was gonna possess it forever and ever, man. We was responsible for our ancestors wrote this book, so it's in us to go put the pieces of the puzzle together, man. The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. The white man can't put this book together, man. He learning from us right now, man. And guess what he learning the most, man? That his kingdom is finna be destroyed. There ain't no hope for it, man. That's why what Trump said? You said Trump said?
Oh, you said that it was I can't remember the first word, but he said, you know, the prophecies. I just have to pull it up.
All the doomsday prophecies have to be
prophets of
stopped.
doom.
Right,
Yeah.
all the prophets of doom have to be shut up, man.
Prophets of doom that talk about the apocalypse.
Right. And we only talk, hey, you see it going down. They want to hide them, but they want to hide it from our people, man. You know? Go ahead, huh?
I got a precept I want to bring out just before we do
Go
that.
ahead.
This is Luke chapter 11, verse 28. It said, but he said, ye rather, blessed are they that hear the word of Yahweh, which we read in Revelation. But this is the key point, and keep it. You can hear it, but you have to keep it. Meaning you have to practice it. You know, you have to you have to believe it. You know, you have to put it in your mind, which is here, your heart, or which is your mind. You know, we bring these things out, but if you just hear it and don't do it, it does you no good.
And the reason why, man, you just smoke to that out.
Well, yeah, it said, and when the people were gathered thick together, he began to say, this is an evil generation.
Right, this is an evil generation, man. Because a lot of our people don't want to hear this word, man. Go ahead.
They seek a sign,
Right,
and there shall no signs be given,
right,
but the sign of Jonas the prophet.
right. The sign of Jonas the prophet. And they went, and what did Jonas go out and do? He went and prophesied, man. You know, he went and prophesied against he basically went and prophesied. That was a sign, man. But then what was the other sign? When Jonas in the belly of the well for 3 days, 3 days and 3 nights?
Right.
Just like the Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, man. He was in the grave for 3 days and 3 nights, man. So that was the only, the Lord already gave us the sign, man. Get Ephesians 6 right quick. Cause like you said, blessed is he who keep it, who readeth it and keep it. But this why you gotta keep the words, man. Go ahead.
You want me to start at the top?
Start at be strong in the Lord. Probably verse 9, verse 8. What's up, bro? Ephesians 6. Go ahead, verse 9, 10. Let's say be strong in the Lord.
Okay, yeah, verse 10. All right, this is Ephesians 6, verse 10.
What's verse 9 say?
Let me start at 8. It said, knowing, this is Ephesians 6, verse 8. I'm going to start at 7. With good will doing service as to the Lord and not to men.
Right, so that's what when we come out here, that's the mind frame you gotta be in, man. We doing this goodwill to the Lord, man. We ain't trying to please men, man. You can't please man. That's what you got to get in your mind, man. It ain't nothing you can do to please man. You can't really please this flesh, man. That's why this flesh got to be destroyed. We have to be given a new body, man. This place have contaminated us so bad, man. Just to be real, man. All the things the so-called white man that took us through, man, the Lord got to give us new bodies, man. He have to, man. Because even all the truth we have, we still fall victim to wickedness, man. You know? Go ahead, we still fall weak to this flesh, man. Go ahead, bro.
Knowing that whatsoever good things any man doeth, the same shall he receive of Yahweh.
So the Lord gonna reward us at the end, man. You don't get your reward now, man. We're gonna get our reward at the end of this, man. When the job is finished, man. You don't get paid before the job is done. Go ahead.
Whether he be bond or free.
Right.
And ye master.
Whether you be bond or free, what that's talking about. Because you had a lot of the men getting locked up for the word, man. Just like you're going to have in these times to come. That's a prophecy, man. Fear none of these things that the devil should do unto you, man. Revelations 2 and 10, man. You're going to cast some of us into prison, man. So when this word really started to burn these damn devils up, man. When this word really started to catch fire on them, man. When the prophecies really started hitting back to back to back, like Trump said, we got to shut the mouth up of these doomsday prophets, man. They're going to come try to lock us. Some of our allow to get locked up, man, just like in the Bible, man. Paul, Peter, you had men of the Lord getting locked up, man, getting in prison, man, getting beheaded. Go ahead.
It said, and ye masters, do the same thing unto them, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven.
And that word masters right there, it ain't talking about no doggone slave master right there, man. See, the so-called white man used that scripture right there to trick the slaves into honoring him and obeying him. That word master right there is going to your teachers, man. Just like you watch an old karate movie or something, and the main teacher of the temple, they cut master, old master. That's what the word master go back into, man. And just like you had, they was calling Yahweh Shai master in the Bible, man. In masters, man, it goes into teacher. It ain't talking about a slave master and a slave, man. Because you always had to have teachers, man. You always got to be taught. We had to be taught, man. Even when you went to school, you had to be taught how to read, how to write, how to how to count and all that by somebody, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your master also is in heaven.
Right.
Neither
Well,
is
what is
there,
that's going into? Because you had teachers who would exploit the flock. Just because they had power over them, they'll use their power in a wicked way, which you're not supposed to do that, man. What it say? He that is greatest among you, he is the servant, man. If you're a teacher, that means you got to understand it. So you understand. You got to understand how every brother or sister operate, and you deal with them according to they measure of faith or knowledge they have, man. Just cause a brother or sister might don't know this, you don't look down upon them and exploit them. But guess what? I guarantee you, it's an area that they stronger than you in, man. That's why it says divided to them by land and by lot, man. And they gonna possess it from generation to generation. The kids us putting all our gifts together, man. Go ahead. Everybody can't have the same gift, man. Like you said, making one body. So we put all the members of the body together, man. You ain't none without your pinky toe. You ain't none without your thumb, man. You don't got no balance, man. Smallest things on your body, man. That pinky toe, man. Go ahead. It's that big toe or that pinky toe? That big toe. Big toe. That big toe, man. You don't have no balance, man. Go ahead.
come. And it says, there is there respect a person with him.
There's no respect to person with him. Go ahead. So it ain't no favoritism, man. That's another thing, man. Don't nobody get showed favoritism neither, man, because you in a higher ranking or a higher position or you know more, man. Go ahead. This how, see this when everything is, when you operate like this keep all the envy and jealousy and strife and anger down, man. Keep it humble. Just keep other brothers from the anger and all that stuff down, because ain't no favoritism being shown, man. Everything is dealt justly, man. Go ahead.
All right, Ephesians 6 and 10.
That's why when Solomon, when he became king, what did he pray for, man? He prayed for the wisdom to judge his people righteously, man. Because he knew he was the king, and he knew he had the power over Israel, man. But he didn't want to exploit that power, man, because he feared Yahweh by Shem and Yahweh Shai. And what did he pray? Lord, just give me that right spirit so that I can judge my people. And that word judge don't just go into casting a judgment on you. It go, another definition for judge is to govern, man. You got to govern your people, man. Go ahead.
All right, this is Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brother.
And this the point right here. Finally, my brethren, go ahead.
Be strong in Yahweh.
You got to be strong in Yahweh, man, which that's the true name of the Heavenly Father, man. But we only get through him to his son, man. So be strong in Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, in the name of our big brother, man. Because he walked this walk first, man. Just like a big brother will supposed to do, man. Go ahead. Be a great example for his younger brethren and sisters. Go ahead.
And in the power of his might.
Come.
Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
Put on the whole armor of the Most High, of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, that you may be able to stand the wiles of the devil, man. The tricks of the devil, man. All his lies and philosophies he got out here, man. So you got to put on the full armor. Well, that's why I say you can't only hear the word, you got to abide by it, man. Because this is our protection. This is our armor, man. Go ahead.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
So we ain't wrestling against flesh and blood, man. 'Cause the so-called white man attacked us spiritually, man. He knew he couldn't handle us physically, man. But that's how he got the ups on us physically when he broke us down spiritually, man. That's why you always see anybody, but any type of athlete or any type of athlete, entertainer, actors or something, they always got to get themselves right mentally. You know what I'm saying? Before the fight, man. You prepare yourself mentally first, man. Like I said, you control, you basically get the man right and the body gonna follow, man. Go ahead. So this is our armor right here. So this how we got, this why we have to do what the book say, man. This is what's gonna cause us to withstand everything that's going on right now. This is what's gonna cause you not to freak out mentally when all this stuff happen, man. Because our people really think Trump stopping something, like he affecting their lives in such a big way, man. If Trump get impeached, that's not gonna make your life better, man. If they kick Trump out of office right now, that's not gonna make your life better, man. You got to know, man, no matter who in office, man, they not for you, man. We waiting for our kingdom, man. This is the wicked kingdom that's ruling on earth right now, man. So it don't matter who ruling this wicked kingdom. You thought it was gonna get better for you when Obama got in office. Did it get better for you now, man? So what make you think it was gonna be better if Hillary won, man? Go ahead, bro. But this why you gotta put on a whole armor of the Most High, man. Of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the true name of the Heavenly Father. By Hashem, Ba is in, Ha is the, and Shem is name, man. Of the only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities.
Against principalities.
Against powers.
Against powers.
Against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Who is the rulers of the darkness of this world, man?
Talking about the elite.
The witches and warlocks, man, that you never see, man. That they use their media, man. That they use their witchcraft they got, man. So you never see them, but this is who we wrestling against. This is who we fighting against, man. So we got to break them down spiritually, man. And that's what this word is doing, man. The word is breaking it, is bringing these devils down spiritually, man. Go ahead,
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Against spiritual wickedness in high places, man. Because when they started groups like the Council on Foreign Relations, man, the Trilateral Commission, man, the United Nations, all this is counsel to keep our people from knowing the truth, man. That's what these councils were started for, man. The Council of Foreign Relations. They coming up with a council to keep these foreign nations, make sure they stay in their Psalms 83 spirit, man. You know, that they stay Confederate, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance, man. Go ahead, I was gonna say.
Oh, I was just saying that, babe. But you know, these other nations know who we are because, you know, in the movies, they're saying all kind of little catches and cliches all the time to let you know who the real children of Israel are and who the real Jews are and that they always calling out America as Babylon. So they know the truth. But you know, as our people, we can't wake up to see what the truth is.
But even though the other nations know that, they don't tell us that, man. So like I said, they still in their Psalms 83 mind frame. They all confederate against us that our name be no more remembrance, man. So even though the other nations know that, they don't let us know that because they know that's our power. That's part of putting on that full armor, man. Which is going to bring them down to the bottom. Bring them to, go ahead,
All right, verse 13, it said, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day.
Right. So you got to put on the full armor, man. That you may be able to withstand in the evil days, the days we coming into now, man. When the pestilence come, man. When the famine come. When the race wars come, man. Go ahead.
and have done all to stand.
And have done all to stand. Go ahead.
Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth.
Have your loins girded about with truth. That's talking about the loins of your man, man. Have your man girded about with truth. So this part of that armor, man, you got to know the truth. You got to know who you are. That's the first thing you got to know. Because once you find out who you are, then you start learning on how you supposed to act. Then you start to learn your heritage, man. You start to learn the guidelines you was given of how you supposed to operate on earth, man. The law, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave us, man. Go ahead. That's why we in the condition we in there. Get that in Amos 3, all right?
Having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Hold it out.
Now I just finished that scripture.
Okay, right. Like having on the breastplate of righteousness, man. So the righteous acts you commit is your breastplate, man. That's your armor, man. That's to protect you also. Go ahead. You got to put on the full armor, though. Amos 3, start at verse 1.
It's Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
So this the words that the Lord spoke against the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. Go ahead.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying,
Against the whole family, man. Go ahead.
you only have I known of all the families of the earth.
So we the only people that the Lord known of all the families of the earth. When you look that word known up in the Hebrew, it goes into talk or to teach or to understand a kinfolk, man. So we only, man, like you read earlier, we the only people who the Lord known, man. Read that again.
You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
Go ahead.
Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities.
And that's why we at the bottom right now, man. And the Lord been punishing us for our iniquities, man. For over 500 years now, man. Because we the only people that he gave these laws, statutes, and commandments to, man. So we the ones that's being held responsible for this, man. So that's why we read earlier, the Lord got a certain group of men that's gonna possess this knowledge from generation to generation to bring us back, man. Go ahead. Go ahead, I was gonna read down to verse 7 on this. Go ahead.
Can two walk together except they be agreed?
Can two walk together except they be agreed? So if you ain't trying to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, and by first and foremost accepting Yahweh Shai, man, is your Lord and Savior, because he comes in, he that grace. He shed his blood so you can have that grace when you do fail in the area, man. So can two walk together unless they be agreed? So you ain't walking with the Lord unless you agree with him, unless you be agreed with him. That's what it's talking about, man. Go ahead.
Will a lion roar in the forest when he have no prey?
Right.
Will a young lion cry out of his den if he have taken nothing? Can a bird fall in a snare upon the earth where no den is for him?
Right. Go ahead.
Shall one take up a snare from the earth and have taken nothing at all?
Right. Go ahead, sis. Right. Go ahead.
Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid?
Right, man. So this just going into examples of can two walk together unless they be agreed, man. Now it's going into different examples. Go ahead. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city and the people not be afraid, man?
Shall there be evil in a city and Yahweh have not done it?
Right. So the Lord controlling everything that's going on, man. That's part of you got to know that, man. He controlling the evil and the good that go on, man. That's part of you putting on that full armor, man. That your loins be girded with truth. Our people think, oh, the Lord ain't in control, man. So the majority of our people, man, he got Trump in office. Go ahead. He control everything Trump do. Go ahead.
Surely Yahweh power would do nothing.
Surely the Lord would do nothing, man. Going into speak or say, when you look that word nothing up right there, go ahead.
But he revealed of his secret unto his servants the prophet.
Oh, the Lord got his men set up already. He revealed his secrets unto his servants the prophets. And we possess this knowledge from generation to generation, man. And we possess it forever and ever. Because the Lord not going to come off his throne to speak to you, man. He already got that spirit set up in his men, just let you know what's going on, man.
Right.
So he not coming up off his throne, man. This why you gotta seek out the book of the Lord and read, man, and start to keep these things. And what happened when you start to keep these things? That's it, ain't. Hold Psalm 111. Go ahead, hold that Exodus 2. Go ahead.
It said, this is Ephesians 6:15. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace.
And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Peace to who, man? Our people, man. We letting them know peace coming to y'all, man. But 2/3 of our people don't want to get it. You ain't gonna get peace until you learn death by pain, man. You gonna have to get it the hard way, man. Go ahead.
Above all, taking the shield of faith.
So your faith is above all. This your shield, man. This how you block everything, man. With your shield, it's your faith, though, man. That mind, man. That faith. Go ahead.
Wherewith ye shall be able to quench all fiery darts of the wicked.
You'll be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, man. No matter what he come with, man. No matter what this so-called white man come with in these days, it's gonna be all about your faith, man. How strong you got your mind, man. But faith coming by hearing and hearing by this word, man.
Not only the white man, also the 2/3 of our people as well that come up against, the word that we teach and preach. When you're trying to teach, like he said, going back to the laws, statutes, and commandments, and coming under subjection to them, and you taught, we're not supposed to eat pork. We're not supposed to celebrate the wicked holidays. We're not supposed to do certain things and a lot of things. We're supposed to keep the commandments to the best of our ability. What did Yahweh Shai say? Our foe is going to be of our own family. So you're going to have people in your own family that's going to come up against you, that's going to shoot darts at you. Well, at one time you used to eat pork. At one time you used to celebrate Christmas. Those are little fiery darts that they throw at you, trying to pull you back into the world when you done walked out of the world. That's why Yahweh Shai said, be a part of the world, be in the world, but not a part of the world. So, you have to be able to withstand those darts.
The uses of the world, but not the fruits of it. Go ahead.
I'm done.
Did you want something from the 111?
Yeah, we're going to get there, too.
It's Exodus chapter 20. I'm going to start at the top. And the Most High spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee a graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I am Yahweh thy power. For I, Yahweh thy power, am a jealous God.
Right, man. So our God is jealous, man.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers.
Visiting the iniquity of the fathers. So this the point I'm getting. Go ahead.
Upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
Upon the children, to the third and fourth generation, unto them that hate him. Go ahead.
And showing mercy unto
so
thousands.
That's the 2/3 right there. Because 2/3 is going to hate him, man. So that wrath steady going to come down upon them from generation to generation. Go ahead.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love him and keep his commandments. Going back to, they going to possess, those who keep his commandments, they going to possess that from generation to generation. And that mercy going to be shown to them like it's being shown now. And they going to receive the truth, man. Now get on Psalms 111, probably start at verse. Go where you want to start. The point is in 10, man. Probably you're going to have to start up a little further. Get Daniel 12. I hold Daniel 12.
It's Psalms.
Huh? Yeah, no.
It's Psalms chapter 1.
You got the whole armor there. They gotta get the sword there. Didn't get the word, which is the sword.
No, we didn't get that.
You stopped at the putting on the
Yeah, we got the
Faith,
Fury
which is
Dodge. We
above
didn't
ours.
get the helmet.
yeah, oh yeah, finish this. Lie. Finish that.
You want to read it? Read it when we done.
Finish that.
All right, this is we're back in Ephesians chapter 6,
I thought you had finished.
verse 17. It said, and take the helmet of salvation.
Take the helmet of salvation, man, which is the knowledge of salvation, man. You got to know who you are, man. Get that real quick. Luke 1. Around verse 6 to 8. Knowledge of salvation. Go ahead,
And the sword of the Spirit,
And the sword of the Spirit, man, which is this word. Go ahead.
which is the word of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
So this word is our sword, man. Get Hebrews 4 and 12. That shit on there?
Yeah, let me do 18. It said, praying always with all prayers and supplication in the Spirit.
Right. Praying always with all prayers and supplication in the Spirit, in the word. Go ahead.
And watching thereunto with all preservation and supplications for all saints.
Right, man. So we watching, man. We watching for the elect men. We endure all things for the elect's sakes, man. And what are we watching for, man? We watching for the prophecies to come to pass, man. You know, because we know when these prophecies start coming to pass, what the Lord said. When you see all these things start to happen, look up for your redemption drawing nigh, man.
Right, good. And that goes back to that parable of the fig tree. You know, when we see these signs coming into play that he spoke in Matthew 24, know that the end is near, but not yet.
Huh.
You said Hebrews 6 and what?
Hebrews 4 and 12. That's the Lord. Go ahead, huh? You got it. One. Story that nowhere to get to them. He could get them the knowledge of salvation. Probably around verse 6 to 8, 6 to 7. Probably. 7 to 7, knowledge of salvation. Go ahead, verse 6 to 8.
It's Luke chapter 1, verse 68. Blessed be Yahweh power of Yasha'Allah. For
So
he
blessed be our God, man. The God of the Israelites, man. Because he is our God and none else, man. He don't care about these other nations, man. They was made to be our slaves, man. Go ahead.
Blessed be Yahweh power of Yasha'Allah. For he hath visited and redeemed his people.
Right.
And he hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David.
This is how the Lord visited and redeeming his people, man. We restoring his spirit within our people now, man. So he visiting us and redeeming us, man. Because like even back then, when John came and Zacharias, the father of John, he prophesied about all this, man. What did it say? That's when John came and Yahushua came. And what did it say? The word became the word became flesh and dwelt among us, man. Go ahead.
As he has
Because Yahushua is this word, man. He is the embodiment of this holy Bible right here, man. Just like we gonna be the embodiment of this. Because these laws, statutes, and commandments gonna be put in our inward parts, and we gonna embody this too, man.
right.
Because we join heirs with Yahushua. And this is we gonna rule the earth according to these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. So ain't gonna be no homosexuals, man. No more lesbians, man. No more transgenders, man. All that's gonna be done away with, man. That's why America gotta be destroyed. Go ahead, bro.
As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets,
See, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets. Go ahead.
which have been since the world began, that we should be saved from our enemies.
We're gonna be saved from our enemies. So this is what he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophets, man. Even Moses said this, man. Go ahead.
And from the hand of all that hate us.
So this is part of learning that knowledge of salvation, man. We finna be saved from the hand of our enemies and all that hate us. It ain't no secret who hates you the most, man. All the other nations hate us, but it ain't no secret who got that perpetual hatred for you, man. Who hates you the most, man. Who called you a nigga, man. who fed our kids to alligators, man. When I be watching that movie, that show Swamp People, I was watching it last night. Every time I see all them Edomites catching them alligators, just remind me back. They got different baits they use now to catch them, but they used to use our kids as alligator bait, man. Go ahead.
To perform the mercy promised to our fathers and to remember his holy covenant.
Right, to perform the mercies promised to our Father and to remember the holy covenant. You can hold oh, you got Hebrews on it. Go ahead.
The oath which he swore to our father Abraham.
Right, so this real so-called black history right here, man. This is our history right here, man. When you read about Adam, man, and Seth, and Enoch, and Noah and them, man. That goes to our lineage, man. Now they mention Cain, because that's the Cain goes back to the so-called white man lineage, man. Go ahead. Because Lord always had his chosen land. He had the good land, he had the righteous land, he had the wicked land, man. Even from the beginning in the garden, man. That's who the serpent was, man. It wasn't no snake. The word serpent right there means a subtile person, man. That's like you call a nigga a snake when you can't trust him. That's what we was talking about in the garden. We can never trust the so-called white man, man.
A serpent, a viper.
Right. Go ahead, bro.
The oath which he swore to our father Abraham.
The oath which he swore to our father Abraham. What was that oath he swore to Abraham? It was a certain land that he promised to us, and we was gonna inherit that land, man, forever and ever, man. So, and it's not America, man. We know how we got brought over here into slave ships, man, because we broke them laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Going back to Amos 3, therefore he would judge us for all our iniquities. Go ahead. He would punish us, but he just punished us, man. So now our punishment is almost over with. Go ahead.
That he will grant unto us that we being delivered out of the hand of our enemies might serve him without fear.
So we gonna be delivered out of the hand of our enemies, man. And who is our arch enemy, man? The so-called white man, white woman, a white man, woman, and child, man. That's why they brought us in slave ships. That's why they treat us the way they do, man. They know we their arch enemy, man. We just got something called Stockholm Syndrome now, man. And we want to love them, man. Go ahead.
And holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our life.
In holiness and righteousness before him all the days of our life. So this is what salvation is all about. This is who the word ignorant called Jesus Christ. This is what he's coming back to do. To deliver the so-called Negro, Hispanic, Latinos, and Native American Indians out of the hand of the so-called white man, man.
Right.
Which they the wicked according to the Bible, man. They the devil according to the Bible, man.
Right.
Go ahead. Some of your preacher don't know. Some of your preacher scared to tell you, man. Because he a sellout, man. Go ahead.
And thou, child, shall be called the prophet of the highest.
Right.
For thou shalt go before the face of the Lord to prepare his way.
How the hell you gonna continue to try to love somebody who trying to annihilate your whole race of people off the face of the earth, man? Go ahead.
To give
That's why. Where you think all the diseases come from, man? All the drugs in our neighborhood. Who you think created the hoods and put us in the hood, man? The so-called white man, man. This is
right.
That's why you got some. You could call some of the projects. It was a project he created, man. That's why
right.
That's why America's finna be destroyed now, man.
Right.
That's why Russia gonna shoot missiles on this place. That's why Iran gonna shoot missiles on this place. That's why the EU gonna shoot missiles on this place. And the so-called white man ain't gonna laugh no more, man. He gonna be our slaves, man.
That's right.
He gonna get paid back for all the shit he done to us, man. Go ahead.
To give knowledge of salvation.
To give knowledge of salvation. Can read that verse again above that, bro.
And thou, child, shall be called the prophet of the highest.
Right.
But thou shalt go before the face of the Lord to prepare his way.
And it's talking about John the Baptist, man. Which he was Elijah coming back again. Go ahead.
And to give knowledge of salvation.
To give knowledge of salvation, man. So this is what we set up to do, to give knowledge of salvation to our people, man. You listen to your pastor, he telling you believe in your heart and confess with your mouth and you shall be saved, man. That's part of it, man. You got to learn the knowledge of salvation. Go ahead.
To give knowledge of salvation to his people
right.
by the remission of their sins.
Hold on, to give knowledge of salvation unto who?
his people.
Unto his people, man. Not the whole damn world, man. To give knowledge of salvation unto his people, man.
By the remission of their sins.
Everybody ain't the Lord's people, man. The only people who the Lord died for is the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. He didn't die for the pale-faced white man. The white man can't even stand in the sun without getting skin cancer, man. Nature is against him, man.
Right.
That shows you who he is, man. Go ahead, bro.
Which Yahweh Shah said, he only come for the lost sheep of Israel. Who is the lost sheep of Israel? Who are those lost sheep?
Get that scripture, huh? That's part of the knowledge of salvation. Get Matthew 10 and 5, get Matthew 15 and 24. Hold that up. You won't get that scripture. Get knowledge of salvation unto his people.
Matthew 10 and 5.
We're gonna let them get both of them. You hold it. Matthew 10 and 5, Matthew 15 and 24.
All right, this is Matthew 10, verse 5.
Don't you know if you're a so-called Negro, Hispanic, Latino, a Native American woman, man, it's a damn abomination for you to want to have sex with a so-called white man, man.
Right.
Or a Chinese man, or a Japanese man, or an Arab man, man. Go ahead.
These 12, Yahweh Shah sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not in the way of the Gentiles.
Go not into the way of the Gentiles. Go ahead.
And into the city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
Why, man? Because you had who was mining in the cities of who was in the city of Samaritan? You had our people there, but we was guess who was mixed in amongst us, man? Them damn Hamites, man. And they was trying to be out. They was posing to be our people, man. Because you had the king Salmanasseh during the time when the northern kingdom was taken into captivity. Our people pulled our people out of the land and started to put you damn so-called Africans in the land, man. And you started to try to keep our ways. You started to act like the so-called. You started to want to be us too, man. Go ahead. So that's why the Lord said, go not in the city of the Samaritans, and go not into the Gentiles, and in the city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Read it again, huh?
All right, this is verse 5, 10 and 5, Matthew 10 and 5. These 12 Yahweh Shah sent forth and commanded them, saying.
And he had more than 12 disciples, man. This just metaphor. The 12 basically metaphorically represents the 12 tribes of Israel, man. These was his main 12 though, right here, man. It was more than 12 disciples though. Go ahead.
Go not into the way of the Gentiles.
Right.
And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
Enter ye not. Go ahead.
But go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
And these words in red, man. So these words directly out of Yahweh Shai mouth, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, man. He said, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. Because we were lost during that time, man. Because we had went from the Greek kingdom under Alexander the Greek into the Romans. So we went from one group of so-called white people to another group. It was the Greco-Roman Empire, man. So we were lost at this time. So that's why Yahweh Shai that's why he said, go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. Go ahead.
And as ye go, preach, saying.
And go as you preach, go saying.
The kingdom of heaven is at hand.
The kingdom of heaven is at hand. So going into that knowledge of salvation. Go ahead.
Heal the sick.
Right, heal the sick, man. Heal our people that's mentally sick, man. Because our people sick in the head, man. Go ahead.
Cleanse the lepers.
Cleanse the leper. Go ahead.
Raise the dead.
Right, man.
Cast out devils.
Right. This word cast out devils, man. That's what this word do. It heal the dead, man. Because Proverbs 21 and 17, man. He that wandered out of the way of understanding should remain in the congregation of the dead, man. So if you don't got this truth, you like the walking dead out here, man. So that's this word do. It give you that true life. It put that life back into you, man.
And that's why Esau make movies mocking you. Zombies. Zombie movies is a mockery of The Walking Dead. That's why they got the movie Walking Dead. Because our people don't know. You know. And they people don't know either, you know, that they dead as well too, a lot of them, because, you know, they gonna say what our father has prophesied lies to.
It don't matter about it. Don't
Well, I know it don't
yeah,
matter
come.
about
I know
them,
it
but
come.
yeah.
Come.
All right, it said freely ye receive, freely give.
Right, man. So we don't want no money for putting this word out, man. We receive this word freely, man, and freely we gonna give. Go ahead.
You want me to keep going? That's about basically. Let me go to Matthew 15. Matthew 15.
It's Proverbs 21 and 16. He that wandered out of the way you'll come, now. It's Proverbs 21 and 16. He that wandered out of the way of understanding should remain in the congregation of the dead, man. So we got to give you that understanding back so that you can live again, man. Go ahead. So this what they do, cause to raise the dead. But the Lord was physically raised from the dead, man. And he got the power to do that, man. Because he the one give you that life. He the one give you that spirit. He is that life. He is that spirit. Go ahead, now. Matthew 15 and 24.
Okay, yeah, I was just trying to see if I needed to start up. All right, this is Matthew 15, 24. But he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's all who the Lord was sent to, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Nobody else, man. So even when the Bible say God so loved the world, it's talking about the world of Israel, man. We a world within itself, man. So it ain't talking about the whole world, man. You got numerous definitions of the word world, man. So you got to go get the right definition and the right content to understand what they're saying. Because then he'll come back and say, he prayed for them, he prayed not for the world, man. But those who he have given out, those who the Most High have given him out of the world, man. And that's in the same book. That's John 3:16. He so loved the word that he gave his only begotten son. Then you got John 17 and 9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but those who have given me out of the world. Then you got John 14 and 17, where it said, whom the spirit of truth give them, he have given us the spirit of truth, which the world cannot receive, man. So it seems like the Bible contradicts itself, but now you got to understand, man. That's why you got to go into the Hebrew and the Greek to get the understanding what this book really talking about. But like we was saying, like the Lord said, he ain't gonna do nothing himself, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, man. And we possess this thing from generation to generation, man.
Yeah, like he said, that world pertains to a group of people. And going into, let me grab it real quick, just a precept. Job 37 and 12. I'm just gonna let you know that the world is talking about people, because when the Bible talk about the mass, it's always say the earth or the land. And it said, and as it turned around about his counsel, that they may do whatsoever he commanded upon the face of the world, which is talking about the people in the earth. So it lets you know that it's, the world is talking about a group of people. Now, there is one verse in the New Testament that talks about the world as the planet. But basically, when you see world in there, it's talking about a group of people.
Get it, man. Isaiah 45 real quick. Isaiah 45 and 17.
All right, this is Isaiah 45 and 17. It said, but Israel shall be saved in Yahweh.
But Israel shall be saved in Yahweh. The Israel. This is who salvation is for. From the Old Testament to the New Testament. Go ahead.
with an everlasting
We're
salvation.
going to be saved with the everlasting salvation. Go ahead.
Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded world without end.
So we're not going to be ashamed or confounded world without end, man. So Israel is that world that he died for. Israel is that world that he so loved, that he gave his only begotten son. Go ahead, yeah, come.
Alright, that's Luke. That's chapter 1, start back at verse 76. And thou, child, shall be called the prophet of the highest.
And he got many prophets, man. Go ahead. But he the prophet of the highest. Go ahead.
For thou shalt go before the face of Yahushua to prepare his way.
And we doing the same thing, man. We in that same spirit that John was in, man. Get that Isaiah 40, huh? Go ahead. Go ahead, huh?
To give knowledge of salvation unto his people by the remission of their sins.
That's what we set up to do, to give knowledge of salvation to our people by the remission of their sins. Go ahead.
Through the tender mercy of our power.
Through the tender mercy of our God, man. Go ahead.
Whereby the day spring from on high have visited us.
Right. This how he visited us, man. Go ahead.
To give light to them that sit in darkness.
So that's what we set up to do, man, to give light to our people that sit in darkness, man. What up, bro? You all right? Go ahead.
And in the shadow of death,
right,
to guide our feet into the way of peace.
In the shadow of death, man. Ain't it like the shadow of death where our people stay at, man? In the ghettos, the hood, man. On the reservations, man. It ain't nothing but death there, man. So this is what we talking about. Read that again.
To give light to them that sit in darkness.
To give light to them that sit in darkness. That word darkness goes back into ignorance, man. Our people really think the so-called white man gonna go in the kingdom with us and be saved, man. He gonna go in the kingdom, but we gonna have his ass changed up, man. He gonna be changed up along with the other nations, man. And they gonna be our slaves, man. Working. Go ahead.
And in the shadow of death to guide our feet into the way of peace.
Yeah, we're gonna have Donald Trump chained up, but guess what? We're gonna let Donald Trump be one of their
supervisors.
He gonna be one of their, he gonna be like one of their speakers, man. He gonna be one of y'all leaders, get y'all hyped up, think y'all gonna come back in the power, y'all gonna make America great again. You know, then we gonna kill him, man. Then we gonna kill him and raise him right back up, man. Just like they done our leaders. You know how they had all these different leaders try to rise us up, we finna come from out of slavery, then they'll kill them, man. Trump gonna be one of the main guys we have set up for y'all in the kingdom, man. Get y'all roused up and hyped up, man.
So you might be right on that, because in the Apocrypha they talk about, they gonna leave to come back over to America that been destroyed, Babylon that been destroyed, and find no place for rest. I think that's in the second area.
Like the scripture said, man, we're gonna meditate terror, man. And like you said, we're gonna rule them with a rod of iron, man. We're gonna break them to shivers as pieces, man. So we're gonna mold them into what we want them and how we want them to act, man. That's how they done us in slavery. My name is Toby. When they were trying to break Kuta in, so they finally broke him in. We're gonna break you crap, we're gonna break you devils in, man. Like we said, we're gonna be having all type of games we play with y'all, man. We're gonna have Trump get roused up and they get them hyped up like they gonna come back, man. Give them a little hope, man. We're gonna come destroy that whole movement, man. Go ahead, huh?
And the child grew and waxed strong in spirit.
Right, and that child, and John the Baptist grew, man, and waxed strong in the spirit, man. So he had to learn the knowledge of salvation, He had to learn, man. Go ahead.
And was in the desert to the day of his showing unto Israel.
So John stayed in the desert, man. Until the day of his showing to Israel. Who was he in the desert staying to, man? That's another mystery. That's another mystery of the scriptures, man. There's another mystery right there, man. Because see, when John was born, it was a secret, man. His parents knew who he was. Because the angel already came and told him, man. But just like the angel told Mary, he came to Joseph in a dream, told him take your house shine flee. The angel it ain't in there. But why does it say he was in the desert till his showing of the days of Israel, man? So John was ducked off too, man, till his time to come out and preach, man. Just like us. We didn't know we was gonna come out and do this. But now it's our time to come out and to be shown to Israel and preach this knowledge of salvation to our people, man. So all this is ordained before the foundation of the world. You telling that's it out. Isaiah 4, that's what it is there. Go ahead, Going at the top of it.
All right, this is Isaiah 40:1. Comfort ye my people, says Yahweh.
Right, so we out here to comfort our people, man. To comfort the lost sheep of the house of Israel, man. To give light to them who sit in darkness.
Speak ye comfortably to Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem.
So speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, man. The children of Jerusalem, man. So-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So now we speaking comfortably to our people, man. Letting them know, man, our kingdom is on the way, man. But you gotta learn that. You gotta get that knowledge of salvation. You gotta put on the full armor of the Most High, man. Go ahead.
And cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished.
See, your warfare is accomplished, man. It was the Lord that was warring against you. You just used the so-called white man and the other nations to do it, man. But now your warfare is accomplished. Our punishment is almost over. What father punishes his child forever, man? You got to teach your name.
That her iniquity is pardoned.
Her iniquity is accomplished. It's pardoned. Her warfare is accomplished.
Warfare is accomplished. That her iniquity is pardoned.
Right, man. So the Lord, that's that mercy the Lord showing us, man. Go ahead.
For she have...
They're going back into what the brother read in Luke. He should perform the oath that he made to our fathers and the mercies that he promised to them, man. To us, go ahead. So it's all about our forefathers, man. Adam himself, like I was saying, Enoch, Noah, man. And on down the line, man. To Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Go ahead.
For she have received of Yahweh's hand double for all her sins.
See, we received double for all our sins, man. So the Lord brought us into slavery, man. Put us in the hoods, in the ghettos, man. We don't stick together, we don't get along. That's the Lord done all that to us, man. See, that's part of knowing the knowledge, learning the knowledge of salvation, man. Our people, we can't stick along, man. Now they want to go get along with so-called white man. We the worst nation on the face of the earth. Learn why, man. Learn why. The Lord done that to us, man. Go ahead. That's the curse the Lord put up on us for not listening. Go ahead.
The voice of him that crieth in the wilderness.
The voice of him that cried in the wilderness.
Prepare ye the way of Yahweh.
Right, so we preparing the way, man. Go ahead.
Make straight in the desert a highway for our power.
So we make it straight. In the desert a highway for our power, man. So we ushering in the Lord and Savior coming back, man. What up, bro? Shalom, bro.
Shalom.
Go ahead, see there you go, man. Go ahead.
Every valley shall be exalted, and every mountain and hill shall be made low.
Right, man. It's talking about all the governments, man. Finna be made low. This is what you see going on right there, man. That's why you got all these countries coming and everybody against each other. They finna be brought low, man. And our kingdom finna be on high, man. Go ahead.
And the crook shall be made straight,
And the crooked shall be made straight. Go ahead.
and the rough places plain.
And the rough places plain, man. So for all the get, hey, for us having to come up in the hood, man, the Native American Indians on reservations, man, the Latinos and Hispanics, man, what it is, the favelas and barrios, hey, it was well worth it, man. Because now when we get the kingdom, man, we're gonna have an everlasting kingdom, man, where righteousness dwell, man. We're gonna have that perfect world we all been striving for, man. No more anger, man. No more pain, no more sorrow, no more tears. Go ahead.
And the scripture say the suffering that we went through ain't gonna even compare to the joy that we gonna have when we get to the kingdom. And this gonna be like this gonna be, you know, like it never happened almost.
Right.
You know?
You know, they're gonna wipe away all our tears from our eyes, man. So all the tears we shed in this place, man. Losing loved ones, having to argue with your family members, man. All that's finna be done away with, man. Our warfare is accomplished. Our iniquities is finna be a pardon, man. They already pardoned. Everything just gotta play itself out, man. Go ahead, bro.
And the glory of Yahweh shall be revealed.
And that's what you're seeing right now. The glory of the Heavenly Father is being revealed right now, man. How it's gonna be revealed through his people, man. Go ahead.
And all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of your Lord Yahweh have spoken it.
There you go. His mouth have commanded it. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, man. No one of these shall fail, man. So everything that the Lord written in this book coming to pass now, man. Go ahead, bro.
The voice said, cry. And he said, what shall I cry?
Right.
All flesh is grass,
All flesh is grass.
and all the goodness thereof is as the flowers of the field.
Go ahead.
The grass wherewith the flower faded, because the spirit of Yahweh bloweth on it.
Right, man. Because the word spirit goes back into wind too, man. Rakakwadash. Go ahead. Our Lord said prophesying to the wind. Go ahead.
Surely the people is grass.
Surely the people is grass.
The grass wherewith the flower faded, because the grass wherewith the flower faded, but the word of our power shall stand forever.
The word, right. This word gonna stand forever, man. Go ahead. That's why you got to put on the full armor, man. This ain't none should want her mate, man. None should want her mate when it comes to this word, man. No, nothing compared to this word. No books, man. Go ahead.
O Zion, that bringeth good tidings. O Zion,
Oh, Zion.
that bringeth good tidings.
See, this where Zion parents got their name from, man. Zion Williamson right now. The words that Zion, it means memorial, man. But it basically represents the whole 12 tribes of Israel, man. It goes into memorial, man. Go ahead. So when his parents named him their name Zion, they knew what they was doing, man. They know the truth, man. And then he was the #1 pick out of the whole draft, man. Then you know Zion is on their way back up, man. Our salvation is here. Our kingdom is coming. We finna be #1 again, man. And we ain't gonna fall from that #1 spot no more. We the #1. We the Lord's #1 draft pick, man. He chose us. That's what this going into. Read that again.
I'm gonna say this right here. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. Going back to Esau and Jacob. O Zion, that bringeth good tidings, get thee up into the high mountain.
Right, get thee up into the high mountain. Go ahead.
O Jerusalem, that bringeth good tidings, lift up thy voice with strength.
That's what we doing, man. We lifting up our voice with strength, man. Cause this gonna give our people this putting that life back into our people. Go ahead. And it's taking life from you so-called white people, man, and you other nations. It's putting life into our people, man.
That's right.
And it's annihilating you other people, man. That's why y'all gonna try to stop us in a minute, man. But when y'all make y'all move, man, that's when the word gonna manifest, man. The Lord gonna lift up a standard against y'all, man.
Our power gonna make his move.
Right. Then we're gonna get the fullness of the Rakah Kodash, man. We're gonna get the fullness of the Holy Spirit, man. We're gonna get the spiritual powers part of it, man. That's part been divided to us by lying too, man. He ain't gonna give us that power until we really need it, though. If we get the power before time, we'll be using it. We don't even got to use it, man. The Lord gonna give us that power right when we need it. Go ahead, bro.
I just want to say this. You think you white folks scared of a big old black man now? Wait till the Most High put that power on us.
Right.
Well, one gonna make 1,000 flee.
Right. But this is all a part of you getting that knowledge of salvation, man. That's why they fear you, man. Because they know who you really are, man. The key to you unlocking that door is knowing who you are, man. Because once you figure out who you are, once you figure out all the great men in the Bible, these is your ancestors, man. Samson, King David, these mighty men of war, man. These are your ancestors. Elijah, man. When Elijah prayed down fire from heaven, man. So we're going to get all that power back, man. You ain't need no gun. Elijah called down fire from heaven, man.
Look at the apple of the Most High, David, King David. Killed the lion and the bear with his bare hands.
Huh.
Not to mention what Samson did with the jaw of ass.
Huh. The jawbone of her ass, man.
And speaking on that, the animals back then, everything statues back then was greater than what it is now. So animals included, their statue was greater. And even now they still big.
It says, lift it up, be not afraid. Say unto the city of Judah, behold, your power.
Go ahead. Say unto the city of Judah, behold, your power. Go ahead.
Behold.
It said, be not afraid, man. So we not afraid, man. We coming out here to let our people know, look, man, salvation is for you, man. Then we also letting our people know, if you don't get this knowledge, man, you're going to be destroyed, man. You'll come back in the reincarnation in the kingdom, man. You don't get destroyed right along with the so-called white man who you loving, man. That's for all you fake pastors, man. You fake entertainers who love your position and your money more than your people, man. You love the so-called white man more than your own people, man. Go ahead, bro.
It says, behold.
And I'm going to say this, man. It ain't just the so-called white man, man. The so-called Chinese man, the so-called Japanese, the so-called Arab, the so-called East Indian, and the so-called Africans, man. They all our enemies, man.
Right.
Ain't none of them going to enjoy the fruits of the kingdom, man. They all going to be slaves in the kingdom, man.
All those nations that are confederate against us.
Some just longer than others. Well, some longer than one.
We know Esau gonna be eradicated.
Right, like the brother says, just the so-called white man, everybody gonna serve 1,000 years of slavery, man. It's just in the end, the so-called white man, he not gonna be broken in, he not gonna learn righteousness. So in the end of his 1,000 years of slavery, we're gonna gather them all up and burn them, man. We're gonna burn them to crisp, man. And they just like the street.
They said attempting to reconnect.
Oh yeah. You see that the whole
Stay on point. Stay on point.
all these Israelites women to be a distraction sometimes. Wait till the kingdom. Dang.
It said, who has measured the water in the hollow of his hand?
Right, who have measured the water in the hollow of his hand? Go ahead.
And met out heaven with the span.
Met out heaven with the who?
With the span.
Go ahead.
And comprehend the dust of the earth in a measure.
Right, see the Lord measured the dust of the earth, man. Come on, man. You hear people trying to, the sun is 5 billion ways away from earth. Come on, man. Get it. But see, Israel, that we the rod of his inheritance, man. So we can get those measurements through the spirit of Yahweh Shem and Yahweh Shai, man. But the so-called white man, he try to use his technology and still can't get it right. And a lot of his technology he got come from us anyway, man. The knowledge he got really be coming from this Bible, man. He'll just try to act like he came up with it with a scientific way through his technology, man. But all he did, he read scriptures like this and then go and try to like he came up with something, man.
If I could just piggyback off what you said, like the brother said, Esau be trying to get the measurements and everything, try to seek out stuff that he don't know through his technology, stuff that he'll never know. The Lord gonna freely give us that information. You know, when the kingdom come, we gonna have the understanding of these things and have the knowledge of them. But Esau, he ain't gonna never know.
And guess what? Solomon had all of that, man. We got it to a certain extent, but like he said, we gonna get it in fullness, man.
It's no benefit to us right now.
Right.
But when the kingdom come, we get our new bodies, we get that power, we get our righteousness in order. The Lord gonna bless us with all that knowledge and understanding.
We get that extraterrestrial body, man.
And the technology that Esau got right now ain't gonna compare to the technology we gonna have. You know, Esau trying to discover that, but he ain't gonna be able to discover it. You know, he gonna see it, but he ain't gonna never understand it.
Reminds me of a conversation I had with an atheist who is Edomite, and he was trying to debunk everything in the Bible that the Bible, was written. He was like, well, why is the Bible written to oppress black people, and they can't see it? I said, because that's the way the Most High has it. He has those that he has woken up and those that he has not woken up. But he tried to debunk everything.
You said why is his what created to oppress black people?
Yeah, why is the book created to oppress black people?
Right.
And then I messed him up because he talking about, can you prove one thing out of the Bible? I said, there's plenty of things I can prove out of the Bible that exist and that's happening. But I messed him up with his own, because he's an engineer. So engineers, they like science. Almost. So they in the scientific world. I messed him up with the sun, the moon, Mars, and Venus, because I'm like, well, why can't we see the moon and the sun so clearly, big and bold, with our naked eye, which are the sun, in theory, according to the white man, supposed to be the farthest away from the earth, and you got Mercury and Venus in between. Why we can't see them as big as we see the sun? He couldn't answer that. I said, why we can't see Mars as big? I mean, it's supposed to be closer to us, not that far from our moon. He couldn't answer that. And it messed him up, because like he was saying, they go and they get our information, try to use it and put their twist on it, to make they seem like they smarter than everybody. But if they were in our atmosphere, we would be able to see them with our naked eye. And we both agreed on the sun revolved around the earth. Now he did agree with me on that, but we know that the earth does not revolve around the sun. And the moon revolves around the earth. And the earth is stationary. It just spins on its axis. The Bible tells us that.
Right. Go ahead, huh? So like the brother was saying, man, the so-called white, why you think he wanted us so bad, man? Why you think he want to keep us close to him? We taught him all that knowledge, man. All that knowledge he got, he learned from us, man. This is our knowledge, just like in what proof it show you all his inventions was stolen. He got it from us. Get that, Jeremiah 51. We the rod of his inheritance. Go ahead,
All right, I'm gonna do 12 again. This Isaiah 40 and 12.
The portion of Jacob is not like them.
For he have measured the water in the hollow of his hand.
Right. Go ahead.
And met out heaven with the span,
Right.
and comprehend the dust of the earth with a measure.
Right, man. Go ahead. So you can get one piece of dirt like over here. How can you measure it?
Okay.
One little patch of land, you can't measure. Just think about how big the earth is. It said he measured it out with his hand, man. Go ahead.
And weighed the mountains in scale.
Weigh the mountains in scale, man. That's what it say. The earth is footstool. That's what you can get into. Go ahead.
And the hills in a balance.
Right. And the hills in the balance. Go ahead.
Who have directed the spirit of your house.
See, who have directed his spirit, man. So you can't counsel the Most High and tell him what you think right and what you think is wrong, or what this. That's why the white man got to be taken out of his misery, man. Cause now he trying, I don't think that's right. We can do it like this. That's like we went to school, what they taught about facts and opinion. The white man, he is an opinion, man. That's what you gotta look at him as. He is an opinion, man. There's no facts to him, man. He ain't nothing but a damn opinion, man. And that's his mind frame, man. Facts and no opinion. Now he got everybody thinking, I see it like this. I feel like this. Our book tell us don't lean to your own understanding, man. Learn. It tell you there's a way that seems right to a man, but the way thereof is destruction. So when you read in our book, it tell you can't lean to your own understanding, man. You gotta go with what the Creator said, who directed his spirit, man. So now you got to line your mind up with what his mind say. He weighed everything in the balance, man. Go ahead.
Or being his counselor have taught him.
Right, or being his counselor have taught him. Oh, you can't judge him for being a faggot. What the Most High say about that? But see, that's the mind frame, the so-called white man. He didn't. That's that philosophy he didn't create it in the earth, man. And they got our people in that same mind frame now, man. That's that new world order. Go ahead.
With whom took he counsel, and whom instructed him. And
right, who instruct him, man? That's why he known as the Ancient of Days, man. There's no beginning or end unto him. He always been here, man. So who gonna instruct him? The best thing for you to do is line your mind up and think how he think, man. Get your mind as close as to thinking as you can to how he think, man. And that's that knowledge of salvation, man. That's what gonna preserve you in the times to come. Go ahead.
And taught him in the path of judgment.
Who taught him in the path of judgment, man? So who gonna teach him what's right and what's wrong, man? That's why I say can two walk together unless they be agreed, man. If you don't submit yourself to the righteousness of the Most High, you going by to create your own righteousness, you gonna be destroyed for that, man. Go ahead, bro.
And taught him knowledge and showed to him the way of understanding.
Right, man. That's the so-called white man call himself doing. You don't want to be a man, you want to be a woman? Go ahead, you got your freedom of speech to do that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
See, and you see how he go right into the other nations with this? Cause this is what they mind frame is. The nations, talking about all the other nations that's not of Israel, they like a drop from a bucket to him, man. You got a big bucket of water and a drop fall. That's what the other nations are to him. Go ahead.
Not gonna worry about that little drop.
You can't worry about it. Nothing you can do with it.
Right.
It's gone. Right.
And are counted as the small dust of the balance.
They counted as they counted as a small dust of the balance, man.
That's just like you have a big pan of dirt and you dump it out and you got a little dust in there. What do? You dust. You toss it to the side.
Wipe that shit out. Or you blow it.
You're right.
That's how the Lord look at the other nations, man. See, your pastor ain't been breaking the Bible down to you, man. And you haven't, and not only that, you ain't been reading for yourself, man. That's why the Bible says to study to show thyself approved, man. A workman needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. Go ahead.
It said he taketh up the isles as a very little thing.
The islands, he take them up as a very little thing. Go ahead.
Well, that was verse 15. This is going into Lebanon.
Oh, go ahead. We're going to read down to verse 22.
And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn,
Lebanon is not sufficient to burn. Go ahead.
nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering.
Right, nor the feast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. Go ahead.
All nations before him are as nothing.
See, so all nations before him is as nothing. Go ahead.
And they are counted to him less than nothing.
They counted to him less than nothing. So this is what this how much the Lord care about all the other nations, man. You counted to him nothing is nothing, but you less than nothing to him, man.
And vanity.
And vanity. Go ahead. See,
So
you gotta get to understand. That's why I say you gotta seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, man.
It make you wonder how can something be less than nothing.
Right. But that's why I said, who gonna cancel him? Who gonna direct him? No, Lord, that ain't right. How you create them say they are nothing? Cause he created them. He can do that. That's how he can do that. He know who they are. That's what he created them to be, less than nothing. He created you to be the something. Hold it. Where you at? Nah, keep going, cause it's going into it. Nah, that nothing. Get that real quick. That rod of his, the portion of Jacob. The portion of Jacob is not like this. It's Jeremiah 51. Is it 50? Ain't it? Or is it 50? 20. The portion of Jacob is not like them. It's probably 51 is 15, y'all. 51 is 14. I know 21 is better as round up in them. Jeremiah 51.
I got it. 19. Jeremiah 51 verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them.
Right. See, the portion of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, your portion is not like them, man. Who is your portion? Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, man. That's why he going to the other nations. They nothing. They less than nothing. Because like he was going into, they don't know nothing. Go ahead.
For he is the former of all things.
He is the former of all things. So he created them other nations. So if he tell you don't make no covenants with them, how is you gonna try to say, no, Lord, we gonna make a covenant with them, man? That's how we ended up in this position we in, man. That's why you gotta seek out this book and read and understand why he said don't make no deals with the other nations, because they worship other gods. And you gonna learn to worship them too. And that's what happened to us. Go ahead.
And Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
See, we the rod of the Lord's inheritance. So we inherit, he the former of all things. So he formed everything. So we inherit all that. We inherit that knowledge from him. But how do we do it? We got to get in the book and read. We got to see, because this is where his knowledge is at, in the book. Go ahead.
Yahweh of hosts is his name.
Yahweh of hosts is his name. Go ahead. We got to get the battle axe.
Thou art my battle axe.
We is his battle axe. You got to know that part of the book, man. We the battle axe of the Lord, man. We his foot soldiers on earth, man. The nation of Israel. We his battle axe, man. Just like in the ancient times, they had the swords, but the guy had the battle axe, man. You had to be strong to handle that big battle axe, man. Big long axe, the battle axe. We the Lord battle axe, man. And he gonna swing it when the time come, man.
Come.
He's swinging in there, man. He's swinging in there. Go ahead.
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
We the Lord's battle axe and weapons of war, man. Just wait till he activate that spirit in us, man. This is what your pastor's supposed to be telling you, man. The Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, we the chosen people of the Lord, man.
That's right.
We his battle axe, man.
That's right.
You so-called white people gonna pay, man.
That's right.
Thus saith the Holy Bible. You gonna reap everything you sow. Go ahead.
Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war.
Right.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nation.
See, this was the Bible saying that. Oh, he's an angry black guy. The Lord is an angry so-called black man, man. Read it again.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nation.
With us, he gonna break in pieces the nations, man. What Bible have you been reading? Evidently, it ain't been this one. What Bible your pastor been reading to you? He ain't been reading these scriptures to you, man. He been reading that scripture to you. Love thine enemies, man. That's talking about the enemies of your own people, man. You gonna have your own people coming up against you. You gonna get in the spirit of hating them, and I can't deal with you, but I still got love for you, man. You lost right now, man. Go ahead.
And with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
With us, he gonna destroy kingdoms, man. This is what we waiting on, man. When we get the fullness of that Holy Spirit, man. That Ruach HaKodesh, man. Go ahead.
And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider.
I was just thinking about that, man. I was just thinking about running full speed through a damn tank, man. Just running through it, man. Go ahead.
And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider.
Right, man, because all these chariots and the horse and his rider, this goes into they new military weapons they got now. In the ancient times, this is they had the chariots with the horses. Now what is they modern day military might, man? They drones, man. They jet fighters, man. They submarines, man. You're gonna be able to go in the water, man, like the Hulk, man.
And jump in the air, grab an airplane, throw it to the ground.
Right, go in the water, swim down there with the submarine, knock on the window, look in there, man. What y'all doing, man? Open it up, man. It's going down. That's the type of power we finna get, man.
You know more weapons like that.
Huh?
You know more weapons like that.
What?
Submarine and all that.
Oh, no, I'm saying that's the power we finna get down to destroy them. Like I said, with us, we finna break into pieces
Okay. I got that.
We the submarine, man. And all Esau weapons of war, like when he created that sub and it come up on top of the water, you see half of it float. All he did was watch how a whale. He created that off of how a whale move. You know what I'm saying? Just like with the jet fight, he created that off of how birds fly and stuff, man. Man, he copied all this stuff off. The Lord already got that type of stuff created, man. You just a damn copycat, man. And we the rod of his inheritance, man. Go ahead. Just like you got a car, they measured off horsepower, man. Go ahead, bro.
With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman.
With us, he gonna break into pieces man and woman, man.
And with thee I will break in pieces old and young.
Old and young, man. We ain't spared none, because these other nations, when they took us into slavery, and they was selling your kids out to another plantation, or they'll sell your uncle, your granddaddy, they ain't spare old or young. So they gonna reap all that, man. We not sparing old or young when it's time for us to destroy, man. Like the Lord said, he gonna cast all the other nations before us, and he gonna say, he gonna put all our enemies before us, and he gonna say, devour them, man, thresh them. Michael 7, man. Go ahead.
And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and maid.
Right, he gonna break in pieces the young man and the maid. Go ahead.
And I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock.
Right.
And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen.
That's right.
And with thee I will break in pieces captains and rulers.
Captains and rulers, man. All your military men. Go ahead. Your Navy SEALs, man. Your Marines, man. All your CIA Special Forces, man. The Lord gonna use us to break out. That's what the nation of Israel, we the rod of his inheritance, man. The Lord is a man of war. Something your pastor won't tell you, man. Who the word ignorant calls Jesus Christ to have a shot. He was an austere man, man. When he coming back this time, he coming back for war, man. When he came down the first time, he came to give us the knowledge of salvation and lay his life down for us, man. He coming back for to deliver us this time, man. And this gonna be war. This gonna be some bloodshed. Go ahead.
One of my cliches I always say, he ain't coming back to pass out cupcakes. And, pat everybody on the back. He coming back with justice. You know, he coming back to as I've said, to bring havoc, war. And before he left, you know, he said, you know, he coming to bring a sword, you know. And that sword, you know what that sword means. He's gonna come back, you know, wreaking havoc.
And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea.
And this Babylon right here, man. So the Lord finna render unto Babylon what out?
All their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord.
All the evil they done in our sight, man. Everything they done to us, man. The slave trade, man. The biological warfare on us, man. The turning us against each other. Finna render that all back to them. That's it on that out.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go back to that out.
All right, this is Isaiah 40:17. All nations before him are as nothing.
Right.
And they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity.
Right.
To whom then will ye liken Yahweh?
So right. So he said ain't nothing, and they less than nothing. So who you gonna liken him to? You? Cause you think you know better than him? If you don't line your man up with how his man lined it up, you're gonna get destroyed right along with these other nations. You're gonna have to be born again in the kingdom, man. Physically. Go ahead.
Or what likeness will ye compare unto him?
Right, so who you gonna compare to him, man? Go ahead.
To the workman melted a graven image.
Right.
And the goldsmith spreaded it over with gold.
Right.
And cast silver chains. He that is so impoverished that he had no obligation chosen a tree that it would not rot.
Going to how the other nations be creating their own gods, man. And then how you gonna bow down to something that you created, man? Come on, man, it don't make no sense, man. But that's what the other nations do. They'll create a false god in the image and worship it. We're gonna worship we're gonna worship the being that created us, man. Who got power over us, man. How you gonna worship something you got power over? Alright, go ahead.
He seeketh unto him a cunning workman.
That's what the so-called white man do. He created all his military might. He worshiped that. He put his he honored that, man. You created that, bro. Go ahead.
He seeketh unto him a cunning workman to prepare a graven image.
Right.
That shall not be moved.
Come, go ahead.
Have ye not known?
Have ye not known?
Have ye not heard?
Right.
Had it not been told you from the beginning?
Have it not been told you from the beginning? Go ahead.
Have ye not understood from the foundations of the earth?
Right.
It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth.
It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth, man.
The circle of the earth for all you flat earth people.
Right.
And the inhabitants thereof are the grasshoppers, as grasshoppers.
Yeah, we grasshoppers unto him, man. Go ahead.
That stretches out the heavens as a curtain.
The Lord stretches out the heavens as a curtain, man. That's like you go home, you might want to move your curtains back, get some sunlight in. That's how the Lord stretches out the heavens, man. Go ahead.
And spreaded them out as the tent to dwell in.
Right. Like you might set up a tent and dwell in. That's how the Lord do the heavens, man. That's how mighty he omnipotent, man. He everywhere at one time, man. Go ahead.
Said that bringeth the princes to nothing.
That bringeth the princes to nothing, man. All this rulership on earth. Go ahead.
He maketh the judges of the earth as vanity.
And this what he doing right now, man. Because he raising up his true judges, man. He's making this, what did it say? He covered the faces thereof. Matter of fact, get that. Finish that verse. Get Job 7 and what is it? 9 and 24. Then we're gonna get Wisdom of Solomon 7 and close. What you gonna hold now? Yeah, keep the Job 9 and 24. Go ahead,
Okay, 24. Isaiah 40 and 24. Yeah, they should not be planted. Yeah, they should not be sown.
Right.
Yeah, their stock shall not take root in the earth.
Right.
And he shall also blow upon them.
Right. And that's the Lord doing that. He blowing upon them, man. Go ahead.
And they shall wither.
And they finna wither. All these other nations finna wither now. 2/3 of our people gonna wither, man. If you don't get this knowledge of salvation, man. If you don't get your mind right, man. Go ahead.
And the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble.
Right.
To whom then will he liken me? Or shall I be equal? Says the Holy One.
Right. So like he said, he finna bring your judges low. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the Lord gave the earth into the hand of the wicked, man, which is you so-called white people.
Keep going in this one, get wisdom solid.
You will let them get it. Go ahead.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
So the so-called white man covered the faces of the judges thereof, man. He the one go across the whole earth judging that. He been doing it since the Renaissance period, man. He made himself the judge. He weighing out what's right and wrong right now. That's why you see wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, man. And the Lord no longer holding his tongue concerning it no more, man. So-called white man got wickedness everywhere, man. From one end of the earth to the other, man. Under his rulership and his judgment. Go ahead.
If not, where? And who is he?
If not, where? Who is he? If not, and where? If not, who done spread this wickedness across the whole face of the earth, man? Who done it, man? You so-called white people, man. I think it's the Wisdom of Solomon 7. It's that last. It's at the bottom of the page. That 7. What I know right there, 15. That's why the Bible say none shall want to make, man. Don't no book compare to this Bible, man, when it comes to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. When it comes to our history, man. When it comes to our history, when it goes to our heritage, man, when it goes to our ancestors, this don't no book cut. When it goes to the power we fell from. See, see, this is how people want to measure their power. You measure where you came from the time of the slave trade into that, and you think you in this, you think you better off, you in a position. No, you got to measure your power from the time of this Bible into that, man. We low, man. We had rulership on the whole earth at one time, man. That's how you got to measure how far you fell, man. Right. Not from the slave trade, man. Yeah, if you measure from the slave trade today, you be like, man, we in a better condition. Nah, we trying to get back to that power, to that power we were once at, man. Under King David and King Solomon and them, man. We had rulership on the whole earth, man. That's the power we fell from. That's your real heritage in your history, man. Not no damn Egyptian, man. The Egyptians had us as slaves too, man. We taught the Egyptians a lot of what they know, man. Joseph, man. When Joseph went into captivity in Egypt, he the one taught them a lot of that knowledge they know, man. When everybody do the history on Imhotep, the father of medicine, really that's really being linked back to Joseph, man. When you go into it, man. But guess what? When Abraham went into Egypt, he taught them. When Isaac went into Egypt, because Abraham went and sojourned in Egypt when they tried to take his wife Sarah. Isaac went into Egypt, man. All those land was right here by each other, but we taught them a lot of stuff. They was into worshiping the planets and the stars, man. They were worshiping other gods, man. Even when Pharaoh had that dream, who did he had to go to get the understanding of that dream? Joseph, man. Joseph had that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. The Israelite, man. And Joseph Joseph is a so-called Puerto Rican, man. just from the tribe of Ephraim, man.
Not only during that time frame, Daniel interpreted dreams.
Right. Not just going back into Egypt. Because a lot of people like to link their knowledge back to Egypt. You know, that's Babylon. They like to link, oh, we Egypt there. I'm just going to show them. Yeah, we was in Egypt. But we done taught the Egyptian stuff, man. We the one preserved Egypt at that time when the 7 years of famine came. Through our ancestor Joseph, man. Because Joseph would be a so-called Puerto Rican today, man. Go ahead, huh?
All right, this Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, we start at verse 11. All good things together came to me with her, and innumerable riches in her hand.
And this Solomon, man, because what did Solomon pray for? And there has never, what how shall I say? There is not one wiser than Solomon. Solomon was the wisest man ever until Yahushua came, man, and the riches, man. King Solomon, so nobody wisdom ever surpassed Solomon, man. And it never will, and his riches he had. Go ahead. Now Solomon finna get into the wisdom that he received. Go ahead.
And I rejoiced in them all.
So this is our ancestors right here. When you want to read about your people and your ancestry history and the great accomplishments we had, you read the Bible, man. Go ahead.
And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them.
When the Lord came and got Elijah in the chariot, when he translated Enoch into the chariot, took him straight up into the heavens, this your ancestors, man. Don't nobody history compare to ours. Go ahead. And the power we got with the Heavenly Father, man, when Jacob's name was changed to Israel, and the angel told him, you got power with the Most High and with man. Go ahead. Come.
And I rejoiced in them all, because wisdom goeth before them.
Right.
And I knew not that she was the mother of them.
Wisdom go before the riches, man. She the mother of them. So you gotta get this wisdom first, man. Go ahead. It's the true riches.
I learned diligently and do communicate her liberally.
Cause the white man finna hit the reset on the system, man. For all these niggas got millions and shit, man. When the white man hit reset on the system and he issue out that chip and mark of the beast, then what, man? Everybody gonna be on a level playing field again, man. Now your faith gonna be tested.
Oh.
You ain't gonna be able, what it say? You ain't gonna be able to buy or sell. What it say? This gonna come from small and great, rich and poor, man. No man should be able free and bond. No man should be able to buy and sell unless they receive this mark, man. Or the image of his other name, man. They gonna force everybody. He gonna force everybody to get that chip, man, which is the mark of the beast, man. That's the times we coming into the cashless society, man. Go ahead, bro.
I learned diligently and do communicate her liberally.
Right.
I do not hide her riches, but she is a treasure unto men that never faileth.
She is a treasure unto men that never faileth. Talking about wisdom. Go ahead.
Which they that use become the friends of God.
Right, man. This how you become the friend of the Most High, man. Go ahead. And this for the Israelites, man, not you other nations, man. We already read you ain't nothing to him. You less than nothing. Go ahead.
Being commanded for the gift that come from learning.
Being commanded for the gift that come from learning. Go ahead.
The Most High have granted me to speak as I would, and to conceive as is meet for the things that are given me.
Go ahead.
Because it is he that leadeth unto wisdom and directeth the wise.
It's him that leadeth to wisdom and direct the wise. Like we said, and the elect gonna possess from generation to generation forever and ever. It's divided them by land. Go ahead. So this how we came into this, because we always had this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Even the first 12 disciples he chose, which Judas was to play his role, but the 11, they followed the Lamb whithersoever he goes. They always had the knowledge. They was with him in the beginning, man. Go ahead. When he said, let us create man in our own image.
For in his hand are both we and our words.
Come.
All wisdom also and knowledge of workmanship.
Come.
For he hath given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely to know how the world was made.
See, this is what he gave Solomon, namely to know how the world was made.
And the operation of the elements.
And don't you so-called white people want to figure it out, but you can't, man. in the operations of the element. But you go read books like this to get it. Trump, in his inauguration, Trump and them read from this book right here, man, the Apocrypha, man. And they read out of Wisdom of Solomon, man. Because they witches and warlocks on a higher level, man. In the low level, then these people know, man. So this is who we fighting against, man. The spiritual wickedness in high places, man. They use this book on the left-hand side, man. Go ahead.
The beginning, ending, in the midst of the time,
the beginning and the ending in the midst of the times. Go ahead.
The alterations of the turning of the sun.
The alterations of the turning of the sun. So it's the sun that's turning. Go ahead.
And the change of the seasons.
And the change of the seasons.
The circus.
That's how the Mayans knew how to do all that, though. That's how the Mayans went into no witchcraft like that, man. That's the white man want you to believe. But that was part of their gift. They the rod of the inheritance. We the rod of the inheritance, oh Lord. So we inherited that knowledge. That's how the Mayans came up with that calendar, man.
The circus of years in the position of stars.
The circuit of years in a position of stars. Because what does Genesis 1:15 say, man? He created the sun for to be the brighter day, the brighter light, and the moon for the lesser light. And then he said the moon was always created for what? Times and seasons, man. And months. So this is where we get the word month from, moon, man. This how we kept up with the days, man. By the new moon, man. That's like we just had the new moon came in Friday. Oh, it was Thursday night, from Thursday to Thursday night to Friday, Thursday sundown to Friday sundown. The new it actually show up on Friday, but it's that evening of Thursday, so it was Thursday sundown to Friday sundown. Go ahead,
The natures of living creatures and the fairies.
But that's how we kept up with the times, man. The new moon, man. When the new moon came in, that started the first day of the month. Then you counted that first day, which is a Sabbath, and 7 days after that is another Sabbath, man. So that's where you get the 7 days from. You rest every 7 days. Wasn't no Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No. You kept up with the times by the moon, man. Go ahead. Even when you got your watch on your arm, you had the Mayans and the other tribe, they had something called the sundial. But that's where the so-called white man get his watch technology from what you call the sundial. When the sun positioned in certain, you knew what time it was by the time the sun was positioned. In the Bible, we call it what? The third hour, the 6th hour, the 9th hour, man. But the time started from what? The third hour would be from it would be 9 o'clock a.m., man. Cause the first hour would be 6 a.m. Then the third hour, 9 a.m. Then you got the 6th hour, would be 12 a.m., man. I mean, it would be 12 p.m.
The nature of living creatures and the fairies of wild beasts.
Right, so the new moon, this came in on this month, like the brother said, correction, from Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, man.
So this is a true Sabbath.
Well, it's over with now. It just ended when the sun went down. Go ahead.
The violence of wind and the reasoning of men.
The violence of wind and the reasons of men. So Solomon had all this knowledge. Now we getting this knowledge, man. And see, you was read about this knowledge in other books, man, but it all came from this book right here, the oldest book that is still the test of time. So you'll have this same knowledge in other books, man, but they got this knowledge from us, man. This knowledge been in our books, man. Go ahead.
The diversities of plants.
The diversities of plants.
And the virtues of fruits.
And the virtues of roots.
And all such things as are either secret or manifest, them I know.
Right. Just go ahead. All such things that's secret.
Wisdom, which is the work of all things.
What up, bro? Right. Right, like I said, wisdom, which is the work of all things. Go ahead.
Taught me.
What you know about that saying right there? 12 tribes of Israel. Them the only people the Lord died for right there. That's the word he so loved right there, man. Real knowledge of the Bible, man.
How he died for everybody.
Huh? That's what they taught us. That's why we breaking the Bible down the right way. This is the world within itself right here. When you say God so loved the world, this the world he was talking about right here, man. Go ahead. We out here every Saturday though, man. You won't come?
Check you out with us, I have time.
Yeah, we be out here every Saturday, around 3, around 4 o'clock until. Go ahead.
The wisdom, which is the work of all things, taught me.
Right. See, wisdom, which is the work of all things, taught us, man. Go ahead.
For in her,
So the white man, and he used our pastors to do it, man, because our pastors, they'll read a couple scriptures in the church and then just going to making you feel good or whatever, man. They ain't breaking the Bible down scripture by scripture, man. We gonna read, when we come out here, we're gonna read almost 500 scriptures, man. We're gonna read scripture after scripture to scripture to prove what we say, man. Go ahead. The Lord only died for the soul. Huh?
God so loved the world and gave his only begotten son.
That's what.
Whoever should believe in him should not die but have everlasting life.
That's what the world is, the world of Israel, bro. You get the word world. You got how many definitions you got for world? When you look up the word world, I guarantee you it's multiple definitions for world.
That's the white man edition.
Even I'm talking about according to our definition, according to the Bible definition, you go back into the Greek and the Hebrew, you'll understand it. Go ahead. But see, our people lost, man. Cause this same guy smoking a cigarette, man. He don't know what the hell he talking about, man.
Right. Because I was just about to hit him with that John 9, 17 and 9.
With a bald face, but we ain't tripping. That's what we out here for, man. To give light unto them that are in darkness, man. Go ahead.
for in her is an understanding spirit.
See, in her is an understanding spirit. Go ahead.
Holy,
Holy.
one only, manifold, subtile, lively,
Manifold, subtle. So this is the spirit of wisdom, man. It's gonna be subtle, manifold, lively. Go ahead.
clear,
Clear,
undefiled,
undefiled,
plain,
plain,
not subject to hurt,
not subject to hurt.
loving the thing that is good,
Love it. See, this how you got this what wisdom kick in. Loving the thing that is good. This ain't nothing good about the so-called white man. How you gonna love him? How God so loved him? But we just read how the other nations is nothing to him. So we prove our point through the scriptures. Go ahead. Our people quote one scripture and think that's it, and don't even understand that scripture. Go ahead.
quick,
But that's how the so-called white man deceived the whole world with that John 3:16. God so loved the world, everybody can make it.
Right.
Everybody stop right there at that scripture. You ain't read John 3:17 or John 3:15. Or like the brother say, go to John 17 in the same book.
But on top of that, they don't have to put any work. All they got to do is believe and
Right.
they say.
Right. Go ahead.
which cannot be letted, ready to do good,
Right.
kind to man,
Kind to man,
steadfast,
steadfast.
sure, free from care,
Man, that cigarette, that shit so strong. Go ahead.
having all power, overseeing,
Dang. That's why my nose messed up there.
overseeing
Overseeing.
all things and going through all,
See the wisdom of the Most High oversee all things. Go ahead.
overseeing all things and going through all understanding,
Going through our understanding.
here
Pure.
in most subtile spirits.
Right.
For wisdom is more moving than any motion.
Right.
She passeth and going through all things by reason of her pureness.
That's right.
For she
But
is
guess what? You got two type of wisdoms. You got wisdom on the left hand side, wisdom on the right hand side, man. You got wisdom that goes into wickedness, man, which can be confounded. It don't oversee all things, man. It can be overpowered by this wisdom we got on the right hand side, man. Go ahead.
for wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness.
That's like that witchcraft. You got it's power to that, man. But that power is subject to this power, man. Go ahead.
For she is the breath of the power of the Most High.
See, wisdom is the breath of the power of the Most High. So this is what the scriptures meant when the Lord breathed that breath into the Adam's nostril. He was already living. He gave him the law, statutes, and commandments, man, which was his wisdom. Why you think when Cain and Abel knew to offer up a sacrifice to the Most High? Adam taught them that, man. Cain just made to play the wicked role. That's why he offered up what he wanted to offer. Go ahead, just like the so-called white man. He think he can do whatever he want to do and still make it, man. And he got our people thinking the same thing, man. Go ahead.
Going back to his roots, thinking he just offer what he wants to
Right.
the Most High.
Right.
You know?
Go ahead.
For she is the breath of the power of the Most High,
She is the breath of the power of the Most High. Go ahead.
and a pure influence flowing from the glory of the Almighty.
And the pure influence growing from the glory. So that's his glory, man. We got it, man. Go ahead.
Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her.
See, can't no defiled thing fall into her, man. Go ahead.
For she is the brightness of the everlasting light,
She is the brightness of the everlasting light. Go ahead.
the unspotted mirror of the power of the Most High.
So the unspotted mirror, man. So it's like when you get this wisdom, man, or the Most High, you look into that mirror, you start to reflect him, man. You start to be in his image. We say, let us create man in his likeness. Let us create man in our likeness and our own image. This is talking about. So now you start to mirror him, man. You look in that mirror, you start to be a reflection of your heavenly Father, man. Go ahead.
And the image of his goodness.
And there you go, in the image of his goodness. That word image don't go into just what you see, man. Your imagination, man, your mind, man, or how you think. That's what the word imagination come from. Image. Go ahead.
And being but one, she can do all things.
Right.
And remaining in herself, she maketh all things new.
Remaining in herself, she making all things new.
And in all ages entering into holy souls.
And in all ages entering into holy souls. We possess it from generation to generation, forever and ever, man. So the elect men, it's always going to enter into the souls of the holy elect men. Go ahead. From generation to generation, go ahead.
She maketh them friends of the Most High.
She maketh them friends of the Most High.
And prophets.
And prophets.
For the Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
Most High loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom.
For
his wisdom. Go ahead.
For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the odor of stars.
She is the most beautiful than the sun, and above all the odor of stars. That's it.
Being compared with the light, she is found before it.
Being compared, because what did it say? By his wisdom, he said, let there be light. And he created all the different, you know what I'm saying? The different elements. In the constellations and all that, man. By his wisdom. So the wisdom was before all that. Go ahead.
For after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom.
Right. And that's it, man. So seek ye out the book of the Lord and read, man. None one of these shall fail, man. None shall want her mate. So all this ancient knowledge came from our ancestors, from our people, man. When we was dwelling in in the Egyptians' land, when the Assyrians took us captive, when the Persians took us captive, when the Babylonians took us captive. All this ancient knowledge came from us, man. And we still got the books to prove it today, man. Now it's in their books too now, but we taught them that. And what proved we the people, what more powerful people than it is to us today? We still the great inventors. We make the world go round. We the entertainers, man. We keeping this thing going, man. And we finna shut it down through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And we finna come in the rulership now. And it's gonna be